Hey guys, welcome to heaven. Check it out. Look how high the sun is at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Plenty of time, Da Vinci style. Yeah, I would definitely say that they're over the white line. Every time I pull in like this, I have to put on both blinkers. Basically, I have to use my hazards. Someone's going to have the lane blocked. Someone's going to be open. Yeah. Oh no, no, no. Where you going, man? Welcome back to heaven. All dressed up and ready to go. Lake is full. Muddy waters. Beautiful day indeed. Still got to do what I can do to get the time in. Where am I going to park? I don't know. Wonder if there are going to be a lot of people on top of the slippery mountain. I thought I saw one. I'm still dripping sweat right now. Got to use the time wisely. Oops, every time I see those headlights, I think it's a cop. Stone Mountain Police. I can't believe I was just here yesterday after work adventure. Didn't think I was going to be coming back because of the rain. April 16th, 2022. Only personal, not for show. Rained all night last night, up until about 5, 6 a.m. It's beautiful out here. Still cloudy. It's supposed to be raining all day tomorrow too. Easter Sunday. Had big plans to take out the eggs out of the fridge that have been in there for 3 years. The ones I don't eat. chilling the rest of the day, looking at the green as long as I can. You know, I was thinking about something like I always am. Today was the first day I shaved in a very long time, since probably about January, late December, early January, I think. First time I shaved in a long time. Well, there's reason behind that though. I'm talking about like real shaving. I'm not talking about breaking out the clippers and just trimming it down to a nub on the face. I'm not talking about that. Man, look at that. Look at the neon green out here. Check that out. Imagine if the sun was out. What you might be seeing. What you will be seeing out here. Yeah, but I was thinking about that though. I mean, I don't shave that often. I thought about just growing it out for like 15, 20 years, something like that. Like the olden days. But we're in the new time. The future. The present. It's not like the olden days though. So, you know. It feels good to be clean. It feels good to feel clean. Nice and shaved off. But there's one thing I've always known when it comes to the shaving though. You know, when you shave off the face completely with a razor, a real one, it takes a long time. It usually does. That's one of the main reasons why I don't shave a lot. Because it takes forever and a day to shave that thing off. To get it as smooth as a baby's bottom. But there's another reason that I've always known. Is because when you shave the face like that, every time you shave, you take off layers of skin. It's almost like an injury to the face is what I'm trying to say. It's like an injury to the face. And I feel different. I'm not going to say feel weird. I'm just going to say I feel different. Like fatigued and all. Every time I shave, that's what set me down today. That's what made me take that nap. I mean, you talk about 3.5, 4 months since the last time I really shaved my face. And ironically, the last time I shaved was the time I went out to a Goodwill adventure. You know, go out Goodwilling and stuff to be presentable around the human race. Something I haven't done in a long time. Yeah. But that's what made me feel fatigued and all. But I already know the reason behind it though. Because it's an injury to the body when you shave. It is. Haven't been rained on in a while. Reference picture, even with the background. Bam. Yes, you're beautiful. I just heard what you said. I do love you. You said love me. I do. Wish the human race did. Wish they would stop by to say hi. and not get high instead. It's that big brown snake over here. The one I caught out here last year. Strolling by. Big thing sitting right here. Brown water snake. Yeah, next weekend's going to be in the mid 80s. I'm not going to say about dang time. I'm just going to say thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. That's what I'm going to say. Because next weekend I'm going to get on the kayak and I'm going to hop on the mountain bike for the first time in about 4.5, 5 years. You know, just ride the bike on some concrete trails, you know, South River Trail, all that kind of stuff, whatever. Just go as far as I can or as short as I can. Whatever it is. Yeah. Got to get back into the different hobbies. The ones that build the soul in a different way. Other than looking for artifacts, you know. Major history. Got to get back into the other hobbies. I thought I heard somebody. Like a lady out here. Yeah, there they go right there. Lady with her 2 kids. All right, I saw them earlier. Cool. Let me go ahead and get off the camera. Just look around with the eyes. Taking the green while I can. Oh, that's a German Shepherd up there. I guess somebody's up there. I don't see anybody else. Yeah, there it goes right there. Cool. All right. Coming from all over the place, everybody. Gotta step over the grass. Beautiful. Everything combined in one single image. No, that's not pollen. I'm not going to say that I wish the sun was out. This is just fine. It's about 6:30 right now. Got about an hour and a half to chill. Got the water, just guzzled a whole bunch. They got bikes out here? At least the train is running. Don't say a word. I didn't mean it like that. I mean the real train is running. I gotta cover more space around the mountain. I do. I don't think I've made it out here. On the right hand side over here. I don't think I made it that far. as far as cutting through the woods and all, looking around. On a steamy, hot summer day. I mean, just exploring the mountainside. Well, not the mountainside, but the wooded location. Every time I go to a place, it feels like I have to cover every single square inch in order to feel whole. To get to know the place. Every hill, every leaf, every tree, every root, every rock. Everything about it. I'm not going to say that's a fault. It's just something different, that's all. Really, it is. I mean, how many times do you go to a place, to visit, whatever it is, and your soul wants to be pulled out deeper? But the signs tell you differently. Stay on marked trails, all that kind of stuff. Just like, not Amicalola Falls, what's that place? Brasstown, no, not Brasstown Bald. What am I talking about? What's that place called? Tallulah Gorge. Yeah, Tallulah Gorge. I'm talking about that kind of place. When it comes to that hobby of exploring, you can only go so far on both sides of the river. Both sides of the dam, you can barely get anywhere. I can cover that place in no time flat, and then I come up to a bunch of signs that say, don't go any further. You're on camera. We're watching you. You gotta have a license. You gotta have a pass. You gotta have this. You gotta have that. Yeah. You feel very restricted at that place. Very nice place to go, though. I mean, it's just like a quickie. Tallulah Gorge. I was caught out there one time. I mean, not in a bad way. It was getting late, and they like to shut up the shop. They like to close things down. They do. At a certain time. And I was the last one out there, obviously. Every single time, I'm always the last one out there. Every time I go up there, I'm always the last one out there. And you got the same park ranger, lady, probably in her 40s, early 50s. And she knows that I'm always going to be the last one out there. And she sits behind the building. She comes over to the overlook. She tells me every single time. She comes over to the overlook. One of the shorter ones. That's like 350 feet above the falls, above the river, whatever it is. And she breaks out the binoculars to try to see if there's someone standing where she knows I'm going to be. Yeah. But it's not just me. She says that she does that for everybody else. She's got to. It's the last thing that they do, really. Before they lock the gate. Look at that. Dang. Boy. Abstract for real. Wonder what happened with this one. It got pulled down. Boy, look at that. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been over here on this side. I think it'd be like 2017, 2018 since the last time I was on this side over here. This little trail. Right next to the road. People are going to be watching. Yeah, it looks like the sidewalk's been washed out. Never mind, that's the gutter. Or it empties out down here. I guess everybody's preparing for Easter Sunday. Not a lot of people around now. I know it's going to be getting dark in about another hour and 10 minutes, just about. I always like to stick it out. Oops, there goes the hip popping. Da Vinci style. Overdoing it Da Vinci style again today. Covered a lot of ground at the Goodwills. On the not the treadmill, the elliptical machine. Another 7.5 miles on that thing. 1 hour. Beautiful, man. It's scary though. Extremely scary. In a different way, that is. Not scary in a bad way, it's just a dream that I keep having. Over and over again, since I was a child. That one dream about meandering down an incline of nothing but green landscape. Everything's green. Everything's green, perfect green. Then I make it down to some lake with lily pads and stuff like that. Green stuff all over the top of it. Most beautiful heavenly spot you could ever imagine. And it's not even raining. But it's a little bit cloudy. No sunshine coming through because the makeup is so thick that it's nothing but a shadowed area. Dang, no getting on the mountain. Dang, I know where I'm going now. People on the sidewalk looking at me. I'm trying to hide the iPhone. So they don't see me recording. It's that same lady. It's that same lady with the 2 kids. The one who asked me for my help like 3 hours ago. No, like 2 hours ago. My bad. She got lost in the woods. She was lost in the woods and she was asking me for directions on how to get back to the main road so she could find the parking location where she parked. And I told her, boy, where am I going to go? Let's go this way. Like I told you, it's been a while since I've been here. On this side of things. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit burned out. I sat down someplace and I just literally sat there for about 20 minutes starting to doze off again. It's because I shaved my face. No, that's not the case. I need to start balancing out the life though. I do. I can't just spend an entire day, an entire sunny, hot day out at one of my permissions. It got to the point, okay, let me tell you how bad it got. It got to the point that there was a couple of times where the people were actually calling me. That's how bad it got. It got so bad that the people were actually calling me to see if I was planning on coming by that day that weekend day to get on their property. That's how bad it got. That's when you know it's a, I'm not going to say a bad addiction when it comes to historical recovery. But they kept wondering because every time I told them what I found, even if it was small, they like hearing about my stories. They love hearing my stories about what I had plans. What I had planned to do with this stuff, you know. Make art, whatever, add it to the museum stash. Let them keep a few pieces. But it got so crazy that they would end up calling me, wanting to know if I was going to plan on coming by. It's weird though, because every time they did that, it made me feel like, what am I trying to say? It made me feel like they couldn't do anything unless I had to say. You know what I'm saying? It's like when they called, there's 3 that would call at a certain time to see if I planned on coming by, since I was such a regular around their location. And they would have called me to just see if I was planning on coming by. And I was like, you know, they had plans, they had to do this, they had to do that. And they just want to know if they could leave the gate open or not. And I was like, you know, just go ahead and do your thing. Don't worry, you know, no, I don't plan on coming by today. It hasn't rained in 2.5 weeks. That's how bad it got though. So I just told them, don't, you know, I love this little hobby of mine. Thank you for allowing me to come on your property, but, you know, you don't have to put your life on hold to see if I'm going to be coming by. Jeez. What the heck am I trying to get to? I keep trying to look up at the leaves. Look at that, man. I remember my uncle had one of these in his backyard that my little niece planted a long time ago, back in like 2006, 2005. And I wasn't even living there. Wasn't even living at the house. I can't remember what you call these trees. I think it's a balsa tree. I think it might be a balsa wood tree or something like that. But you talk about growing seriously fast. You just had this tree just pop up out of nowhere. Just grew so big and so tall out of nowhere. With these gigantic, humongous leaves that were about 1.5 feet long and about 9 to 10 inches wide. I can't remember. I think that might have been a balsa tree or something like that. But it's got to be one of these, like the types you see around here, though. That was a long time ago. Just trying to chill. Sounds like somebody's watching a Disney movie while they're walking on the sidewalk. Huh, interesting. It's like a different kind of theater out here. That's all you hear is the orchestra of whatever he's listening to, combined with what you're looking at. Puts you into a different kind of mindset out here. the sun was going to be coming out. It came out a couple of times today, like at the first Goodwill when I was leaving. I saw a little spot of blue sky. And then when I was starting to head to the mountain, when I was leaving the gas station, and I saw the sun, I said, look what it looks like at 4 o'clock. We have plenty of time left. Let me go ahead and keep on going. We're on a playground side. You know, I was thinking about something though. I mean, look at this tree right here. Check that thing out. That little tiny maple tree. Probably no more than about 35, 40 years old. I was thinking about that though when it came to like the signal trees that we find. If they are really signal trees. You know, trail trees, that kind of thing. There's two theories that I have about those things forming. I think I told you one before. The squirrels are out. They're chilling. What you hiding for? You know, I'm not going to hurt you. I feed you like crazy. They're playing hide and go seek around the tree. Yeah, buddies. Yeah, but I had a couple of theories about how they're formed. You know, to fake us out. Now this thing right here, that tree I just showed you, that looks like the beginning stages of an ancient trail tree. But it's in a playground. This is the playground lot over here, on this side of the mountain. But it made me think about that. All the kids over the years, the 30 to 35 years of its life, that tree. Little kids climbing on it. Now I know you're starting to think about what I am talking about. All the times that they would just climb on the low-hanging branches and pull them down. The elasticity of the branches and all, over time, they would start, taking that shape of all the kids, the hundreds of kids, the thousands of kids every single year. Dang, gargantuan. Yeah, I've been out here a few hundred times. I always like to come by and say hi. It's kind of hard to climb this one though. About 185 years old, 190. White oak. Tree of life out here, watching over the kids out here. But they don't notice. They don't see the ancient tree of life sitting right here. And there's one child out here that's always coming out to look for them. You already know that one. That's going to be, you know who. Very happy they let you live. Should have let them all live. Live to be 547 years old and then some, will you, please? What if it's the kids though? What if it's the kids that kind of keep them going in certain locations? What if they like to see the kids and it keeps them thriving? Well, besides the water, that is. Stretch out the arms, the roots, whatever it is, to grab the water down below. But what if they like looking over the children? The grandparents out here. What if they like looking over? What if that kind of keeps them young, you know? Keeps them alive. Like there's a purpose in life to live. Makes me wonder, as long as they have kids out here, 300, 400 years from now, will this one still be alive? As well as all the other ones, the ones who are always watching. Something about the innocence that they love, though. About 172 years old. A lot of white oaks over here. Stay standing. Definitely gotta have you. Not as muddy as I thought. Maybe it didn't rain that hard over here last night, early this morning. There was another theory that I had when it came to those signal trees and all. I think I showed you that concept before, that one time, on how the smaller trees that exist where humans don't exist, you know, deep out in the woods and all. And let's say something bigger falls down and covers it and pulls it down, but doesn't break the stem. And it pulls it down like the natives did. And then a branch would grow up as if it was the main stem, the main trunk. That was another one of my theories on how the form of the signal trees is all natural. And it just looks exactly like a signal tree because they were, you know, they were formed like that by natural occurrence. But you know me, I always have to throw a spiritual swing on everything else I do. What if that's Native American spirits out there, still making signal trees out there so you can find your way when you walk out in heaven? Since there's no trails, unless it's made by the deer, the wildlife, the things that I always follow every time I go out in places I've never been before. What if that's the Native American souls out there? The ones that still exist, that are part of the land. What if that's them still making signal trees? Like a dead tree falls, bends one over, holds it down, and over time it just takes its shape. What if that is the case though? Would definitely be a good case for real though. Gotta always think that the soul goes on forever. But I had thought about that the other night when I was thinking about the soul, the energy of the soul. Oh, what the heck is this thing? Dang, that was a big A dog for real though. Look at that. Get it off the tree, or else it might form a signal tree. Can't get lost out here. There's a big trail. Not my dog. Yeah, but I had a thought about that. When it came to the, what am I going to say? Not just Native Americans. All the ancient peoples from a long time ago, all across the world that is. every place around the world, the ancient peoples, the original ones, when the population was so low. Now listen to me when I start talking about this. I had an idea about this though. You know, I'm always talking about different instances about the soul being able to come back. Like if your genes have come to an end. There's no great grandkids. The line has been cut short. You were the giver a long time ago, a very long time ago. But the line has been cut, the bloodline has been cut. So since it begins with you, are you able to come back? Are you able to come back at that point in time? But think about this. Think about the ancients from long ago. The human race. All the ones from all over the globe. Doesn't matter where it is. Holland, Greece, China, Japan, Africa. The humans that began off the human race over time, when the population was so thin. The trees of life definitely outnumbered the humans back then. The plants of life, everything. But what about this? I had an idea. Like when I always talk about they're the ones across the globe that know who the God was. Because the ones that came before them was life itself. And they found life. They understood life. Millions of years ago. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years ago. The beginning stages of the human race knew who God was. Life. The things that just kept coming back to give. To give life, that is. What if they're the ones who can't come back? You see what I'm saying? They're the ones who gave birth to the human race over time. Their original genes, their genome, their DNA is spread out all over the globe. And it just kept going. But it began with them. It began with them. What if they're the ones who are overlooking everything? What if they are all the ones that know who God is? The true God. The God. All over this green earth. Because they found out and knew exactly who God was millions of years ago. When the human race first started off. But they can't come back because their genes have been spread over millions of years. And it just keeps snowballing, keeps going. And they can't come back because of that. But they're probably the ones that are still around, out here, watching over everything. The original souls of humankind. Encapsulating nature itself. The nature that they knew so well. And nature took hold and kept them. And they're the ones who are assigned to keep things going out here, to keep their life going. The life that I tell you not to take down. But think about this. What happens if all the humans were wiped out What happens? Let's say not all the humans. Let's say 83% of the human race is wiped out. Giving them a chance to come back, the original ones, the ones who know how to take care of things. Hey, how's it going? The ones who know how to take care of stuff out here. Take care of nature. Take care of heaven. What if that were the case? Got a can down there. Boy. I wonder if they're the ones that are telling me to pick it up. Let me go ahead and grab it. Always want to keep them happy. There's a lot more than I thought. Place is just packed with a bunch of garbage down there. At least I'm close to where I parked. Maybe I'll go back and grab a bag. Spend the next 45 minutes picking up the garbage. Dang, I got about 20 minutes before dark. 7:45. The heck am I doing? It's that Candy King. Picking up the garbage. I got 3 grocery bags with me. I went grocery shopping the other day. So I took the groceries out of the bags. Somebody's smoking the good stuff. Man, that's strong right here. That thing's got to be right here somewhere. It's almost like I'm walking through the plume of smoke right now. Well, it is humid out here. Very humid. So the smoke tends to collect and just stay. Somebody's coming. That's gotta be them right there. Yeah, that's them. That's them. They don't think I'm crazy. It's getting darker by the second. I think the last time I was out here trying to do some crazy video, the weather was almost just like this. Talking some craziness like I always do. Deja vu in a different way. Just later. Dang. Look at all that crap down there though. I mean, we can't expect them to get it. All they keep doing is trying to flood the lake, make the waters get high, to carry the light stuff up so they can come by and pick it up. That's all they can do. They make their own collections out here. But there's only so much that they can do with it. You're the ones who got to come by to pick it up. What are they going to do with it? Yeah, I'm talking about you. Beautiful, excuse me. Well, restricted area. I've seen people out here before, standing on the edge with a fishing rod. I mean, how come nobody sees the garbage though? Am I the only one that sees it? I'm pulling out the bags as I'm talking. Time to fill up the grocery bags. Looks a little bit better. Dang. A little bit more to go. But I know what you're going to say, but eventually, hey, it's just going to keep on coming. I know. It always does. But that's why you're here. To pick it all up. I don't think I have enough grocery bags for this. I'll get what I can. Come back and get it later. Looking a little bit better. Not perfect though. A lot of things still sitting around, waiting to be grabbed up. Been out here for a few years, probably more than that. Trying to get what I can get in now. Like I said at the very beginning of the video, that's crazy. How things always come back. Should have got the garbage bags, the big ones. Wonder how much time I have left. Dang. Let me go ahead and grab these, throw them in a vehicle. Rather have them in a vehicle than out here. For real though. Oh boy, wrap it around the finger. Good collection for the evening. Great recovery. A lot more to go. Is anybody coming? They're going to judge me off the map? Probably not. I've just been garbage shopping.